Hey guys, Doug back again. This video, I wanted to talk about the new 5th job update. And a lot of people, it's only been out for just over a week, but a lot of people in my alliance have been asking many questions about 5th job, such as how do they get it, and where are the maps to go to for 5th job, as well as a lot of the new questions about the resources, so node stones and arcane symbols. So I hope to cover those things in my video here today. The first thing I want to talk about is what is 5th job. So 5th job is, it adds a new system, okay, and this new system is called the V matrix. It allows you to use a new resource called nodes to enhance your skills as well as to give you new ones, okay? And I'll talk a bit more about that in the video. But for 5th job, you need to be minimum level 200, okay? And you have to finish the entire Temple of Time prequests, okay? So they're the ones where you go bit by bit throughout this entire path. You have to kill 333 of each mob around every other map. And sometimes you have to collect those masks that drop from these mobs. So once you're able to finish all of the Temple of Time prequests, then you're level 200, you're ready to start your 5th job advancement, okay? Now, the 5th job advancement itself is a little bit tedious. KMS has removed the prequests, but they do still exist in GMS for now, so I will go over them. Now, okay, it's quite confusing for some people. What happens is that you will gain 3 stones, okay? Now, how you gain those 3 stones is you're going to be sent various places around Maple to find goddesses, and these goddesses will give you a stone, okay? They'll give you something called an Arcane Stone. You're going to go find 3 goddesses, and you'll get 3 stones, and you have to charge up these 3 stones, basically. And I'll tell you right now, it takes you minimum 22 hours, okay, to be able to charge all 3 stones. Okay, so that's 22 hours of kind of like waiting. How it works is each stone, you have to activate it, and when you activate it, you need to wait for 2 hours. You can farm EXP during those 2 hours to, I think, a maximum of 500 mil EXP, and when you're finished with all these stones, they'll convert to an EXP potion that you can take again for another 500 mil. But I'd like to stress that it's not mandatory to farm during the 2 hours that you activate the stone. You just have to be online. After you activate the stone for 2 hours, you then have to wait an 8-hour cooldown period before you can activate the next stone. So really that comes out to 2 hours, okay, of activation time plus 8 hours of cooldown time, okay, and then for the second stone again, and for the third stone, you only have to do the 2 hours, okay? So you see that makes 22 hours, okay? And these 22 hours, you really should be doing this as fast as possible because it's the slowest step for getting your 5th job advancement. Now, one more common question I have is, for the second or third stone, okay, you will be sent to the Dark World Tree, okay? This is where you find one of the goddesses, and the goddess will give you an additional test where you have to find a portal. The portal will always be located in either the upper left or upper right stem. It's called the Horizon Portal, and you'll know what I'm talking about when you get to that portion of the quest, okay? Now, I'll actually leave an annotation where you can go and take a look at the part of the video where I talk more about the node stones and arcane symbols if you're not interested in talking about how to get to 5th job in the first place. So as for the maps themselves, once you're completely finished 5th job advancement, okay, how to get to the new 5th job is through the center here, okay? So I don't know why it's not open here for me, but so here you step through the Arcane River and you'll begin the quest line for it, okay? Once you've started the quest line, the first thing you should do, you'll arrive in this town, okay? It's called the Nameless Town. And this is a really important place. It's where you'll be getting your dailies from, as well as being able to improve your V matrix system. Okay, I'll talk about that later. Now, you're first going to get your first node, okay? And you want to open your first node. Your nodes look like this, your node stones. So you'll open your first node stone, and the first node that you get will be your unique one, okay? So for kanas, it's the Yuki Onna. And what you want to do right away is open up your V matrix tab. So it's in your skills tab. Click on V matrix, and you can just drag it up and equip it. Okay, then one thing is that you can't set any of these hyper skills or any V matrix skills to macros, so you have to assign a hotkey skill for them. Okay, as you notice, I have it on end. So you want to play around with it and see how it works. Okay, you'll get this, and it'll be the only thing you get until you can open more node stones. Now, once you start this quest line, you'll quickly find that there's a new resource, okay? And this new resource, it's called Arcane Force, okay? Most of you know what Star Force is. Arcane Force, unless you have the minimum amount, so for the first map it's 30 Arcane Force, you will deal reduced damage to these mobs, okay? So a question that many people ask me is, well, how do I get more Arcane Force? And the answer to that is something called Arcane Symbols, okay? You'll get one symbol to start off with, okay? And you won't be able to improve it until you're finished the entire quest line, okay? So what I mean is when you get your first Arcane Symbol, you'll get 30 Arcane Force, and you'll only have 30 Arcane Force for the entirety of the first quest line that spans this entire map, okay? So over here, as you can see, the Arcane Force is 50. Right, so you don't have enough Arcane Force for that, and that's intended, okay? As well as down here, it's 80, okay? So you'll have to do the entire quest line on just 30 Arcane Force, okay? So keep that in mind. You may want to duo the quest with someone if you can. That way you can kill things faster and in a party. So that's the new resource, Arcane Force. The other, so as to how to improve it, so first of all, the first way to get more Arcane Symbols, okay, is to farm these mobs, okay? These mobs have a very low % chance of dropping Arcane Symbols, and where they will drop is into your Equips tab. They'll show up as, it looks exactly like this. It'll say Arcane Symbol Vanishing Journey. You'll double left click on it, and it'll give you the option to merge them. Okay, as you can see here, 17 out of 27. So as you level up your Arcane Symbol, it'll take more and more Arcane Symbols to improve it, to grow it. Just keep in mind that once you do reach the max, so I think the first one is 8, either 8 or 16, I don't remember at this point, but you actually have to click on it and you have to pay around 15 mil misos, and that miso amount increases. So you actually have to click on here and improve it to the next level manually, okay? It doesn't automatically do it, so just keep that in mind that you have to do that. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is dailies, okay? So there's things called daily quests, and it's only available to you after you finish the quest line. How do you know you finished the quest line? Well, you will have, sorry, I can't go there right now, but once you've reached that map, then you know that you finished the quest line, okay? And there will be a light bulb here, and it'll show your daily quests. Alternatively, you can come and receive them from Rona here. She'll give you 5 quests, okay? And the important thing about these 5 quests is there's one really annoying type of quest, okay? It's called delivering quest. Any quest that starts with the words delivering, you want to try to exchange them. You're given the choice of exchanging as many quests as you want, and you'll get a random quest back, okay? So whenever I open up my 5 quests, I see like if there's anything that's delivering, I'll throw it away and I'll try to get something else. The reason for this is because delivering, you have to go collect the items, but after you collect the items, you have to turn them into an NPC called Jenna. But the problem is Jenna's location changes every day, and it's different for every individual. You're only given a hint as to where she is. So she'll hint as to whether she's maybe in this area, so like the cliff area, or maybe in the river area, okay? The cave area, cave of repose, okay? But then you have to manually search every single map looking for her, okay? A trick to doing that is if you have a hypertele, you just go into the map and then you look onto your mini map. If you see a green NPC with an exclamation mark, that means you know you found the right map, okay? So you have to find her in order to submit your quest. So obviously that takes a lot of time and you want to avoid doing that. And that's why I throw away as many delivering quests as I can, okay? Now, as I said earlier, dailies are only enabled when you finish the entire quest line. So you have to do that first on 30 Arcane Force. The next thing I want to talk about is Node Stones and Arcane Symbols. So these are basically the two new resources of Maple for 5th job, and they're extremely important. First, Arcane Force is very important, not just because you want to be able to hit the mobs on those maps, but because look at this free stat that you get just from farming for Arcane Symbols. Look at that, plus 600 int. And although this int isn't multiplied by your percentage int, it's still nice to have. It's great free stats, okay? So some tips to be able to farm them. Right now, Christmas event, you get those Santa boxes. You want to open up them and get your lucky winters. So you can farm with lucky winters and 2 times and be able to farm as many of those as possible because this drop rate is honestly very low. I currently use a greed pendant that gives 20% equipment drop rate increase. So the greed pendant only helps you with farming Arcane Symbols because they do drop in the equips tab, okay? It will not help you with node stone farming, okay? Now for node stones, I find that the drop rate for them is slightly better, okay? Slightly better than the Arcane Symbols with my drop rate. So I only have a drop ring here of 20% drop rate. Other than that, I use lucky winter, and I farm during 2 times if possible. But typically, when it's 1 times and I'm just using a winter, my farm rate is 3 to 5 node stones per hour. But for Arcane Symbols, it's maybe 1 to 2 per hour. It's really slow. I have friends that have around 400% drop rate, and they average maybe on 2 times drop rate. Like when they buy an additional coupon, they average around 110 nodes per hour. So it's quite good for them. Let me see, is there anything else I wanted to talk about today? And so for the maps that you want to farm things in, there's some maps that I recommend that are better than others. So for if you're level 220 and up, maybe even 215 and up, I recommend that you only farm in the cave, the Western Cave Path and Eastern Cave Path. They're quite good maps to solo or duo, and the reason being that these maps allow 1 person to take the top and 1 person to take the bottom. The spawn is quite good, especially with Kishin. When this Tranquil Urda dies, it spawns a Lantern Urda, so that's why the spawn rate is continuously quite good. So you see it dies, and then it spawns a Lantern. So the spawn rate is quite good on these maps. If you have 3 or more people, one map I would recommend is Blazing Zone here. The spawn rate is extremely good, but the map is quite big, so it's very hard to solo this map, as you can see here. So these are level 205. The other ones are 207 in the Western Cave Path. So keep that in mind. The higher level you are over these mobs, the less your drop rate is, okay? So yeah, it's quite good farm here, but you do need more than 2 people, okay? This is something I mentioned in my other video, but I'm really a fan of Weather Land of Rage. So for these ones, I just like to put my Keishin on the top right here, and it's very easy to farm the mobs. It's easy for me because I have enough Arcane Force, and so I can one-shot these mobs, but you do want to experiment around yourself just to see what works for you. Okay, that's great, guys. I know this video is a little bit longer than my other ones, but next video I do want to talk more specifically about node stones and the V matrix, and so I hope you guys look forward to that, and leave a comment down below if you have any ideas of how to improve my channel. Thank you.